Hey, 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 ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages. We are here. We are live. We are on Facebook, and we are happy about it. So, as you can tell, I'm in the vehicle. I am not driving, so I'm actually sitting still. I'm outside my son's school, and coming to you guys bright and early, live and happy with everybody today. So, the topic of our discussion today, of our live today, is going to be a good one. If you guys are out there, hey Bethany, give me a thumbs up or a heart or something. Let me know you can hear me, please. Just to make sure you guys can hear me. Hey Bethany, there she is. Thank you, ma'am. Very good. Okay, so as I was saying before I did my sound check there, I just wanted to make sure that everybody could hear me. I want to talk to you about change, and nothing is ever set in stone. So, change is something that most people, hey Tim, most people don't like, okay? Change is something that most people dread. They absolutely don't want to deal with it. They don't want anything to do with change. They would prefer that change not happen. But one thing I've learned over the years in this industry is that change is necessary. Like, it is so needed. We need change, okay? Because change pushes us out of our comfort zone. Change allows us to grow. Change allows us to come on and say hello to everybody, right? Because that's what you're really doing. Like, you're reinventing, you're adjusting to, hey Ellie, you're adjusting, hey Jason, hey Terry. So you're adjusting to your circumstances, you're adjusting to your world, right? You're becoming the best you can be. And so when I say that because that makes our change acceptable a little bit. Hey Devin, nice to see you. So Krypto boss lady herself in the house. Hey Jason, mahalo my friend, mahalo. So let's talk about change a little bit. Change can be, for instance, I had in my mind this morning, as I prepared my day, as I prepared my schedule for the day and my events, I had in my mind that I would be coming to you guys live from my office. But you know what? It didn't happen that way today. Some things came up, and Jeff had to go in a different direction. He wasn't able to do what he normally does. What he normally does, right? What he normally does. Hey, he normally does. So he had to run a different direction. I hopped in the car and I did something. I treated myself today, y'all. Look, I went to Sonic's. I got me one of them there strawberry limeades, and it is so good. So, change can be that. Change can be how we market our business, right? Change can be how we start our day, how we go through the evolution of getting up and doing the things that we do, right? So change can be something in our companies, like maybe something comes new to the company. Maybe something gets discontinued with the company. Maybe the way that we share the company changes. But it doesn't really matter what the change is, okay? What we got to understand is that change is necessary. And like I said in the beginning, it makes us our best self. So don't be afraid of change. Run into change instead of away from change. I promise, the sooner you get over whatever it is that you've got to learn to do or be better at doing, or whatever, the specific changes, the sooner you embrace it, the faster you're going to be able to adjust and move on. Oh, I was just told yesterday from a friend that I don't accept change. Well, you know what? Your friend might not either, to be honest. And we can usually see that in others better than we could see it in ourselves. But it's good that they're recognizing that. It's good that they're aware that we should all be taking change better, right? So, I believe that change creates the best version of us. That's what I believe. Now, I did not used to believe that. When I got started in this industry, I absolutely did not believe that. And I actually was afraid of change. I actually ran from change. It would cripple me. And I'm just being honest. I'm gonna break it off real for you guys here today and gals. It would cripple me. I was so afraid of change and adjusting to the way that I was doing things, because I kind of get used to doing things and get better as time goes on, and I just kind of hit it and run. Well, it would cripple me. It would put me out for 2 or 3 days, right? It would knock me out. Just the anticipation of and the anxiety of the actual change. Like, we'll use lives, for instance. Since we're on a live today, we'll use lives, for instance. Now, I'm a pretty social person. I'm very outgoing. I don't meet many strangers. I'm well-versed in speaking in front of large crowds. Presenting is not a problem for me. I'm pretty much not scared of people. For some reason, and I'm not even really sure why, I didn't give it enough attention. I didn't give it enough time to figure out why. I just changed it. So I was afraid of these lives. Like, it paralyzed me for probably a week. Like, I told myself, I'm going to do a live today. I'm going to do a live today. I'm going to do a live today. And it just didn't happen. Okay. I just didn't pull the trigger. And I always had a reason. There was always a good excuse, right? Like, I had to wash clothes. I needed to cook dinner. I don't know. I had to water the flowers. Well, funny thing is I could have probably done the live through any of my excuses, right? Except personal things like going to the bathroom or something, right? But I mean, at the end of the day, there's no reason that someone can't turn on Facebook on their phone, hit the live button, and just go live. It's that simple. But for whatever reason, I was afraid of what was behind the camera, or the perceiving of what would come across the camera, I guess. And so it took me a little while. It honestly took me a little while to push that button. I talked about doing it for a week, and then finally I ate the frog, and next thing you know, I'm doing them every day. So, now I feel like when I get on Facebook and I want to communicate with people and I go to type something, it's like, really, do I have to type this? Can I not just go live and say what I want to say? Because that's how I feel. It's like, I'd just rather tell them. I'd just rather jump on and do it. But I don't want people to get tired of the lives either. You can overdo anything. And even though I feel like live is a great tool, and now that I've learned to use it and I've gotten better with it and I'm over the fear of it, I really love it. Like, I'm there, right? Hey, Richard, I was just talking to you on text, brother. So, it is all about being able to do the things that you need to do. I think I see Mr. Albert Thomas on there. Albert, if you're here, say you're here, please, sir. If you're still here. If you're still here, I'm going to bring you on to the camera and get you to talk a little bit about change and how change makes you feel, how you learn to deal with change. Because, you're a well-respected gentleman in the community. You've got a large following. You've got a big team. Probably some of your team is actually on here as we speak. And it'd be good to get another perspective. Okay, he's not telling me he's here, so If he pops on, we'll try to bring him on camera. But you know, we could talk about change a lot. You know, in the crypto space, we've had a lot of change since 2009. Now, personally, I've only had about a year's worth of it, and I can tell you that the change that I've seen, the change that I've done in the last year is crazy. I mean, like, I feel like I've gotten 10 years worth of education in 1 year. And anybody who's in crypto, they can tell you that the education is packed. It's in there, right? And then, you know, I learned a lot and I changed a lot because I went from this platform to that platform. And I did that to better myself. I wasn't business hopping, so to speak, right? Like, there's some people in the network marketing industry that just wait for the next big thing and then they hop from that one to that one and then they go to the next one. And so you never know where they're at. Well, I wasn't doing that. What I was doing was I would learn about a new program and I'd research it and I'd look at it and I'd talk to, you know, different people that I'm involved with and I would make a decision to do it or not to do it, to add it to my portfolio of diversification. And I'd do that, right? And so each company had something different. Each company came with its own change, right? And then let's not forget that last year was also the year of the disappearing Bitcoin and the stolen Bitcoin and the mafia coming after you and breaking your legs and your arms and God knows what else, right? Like, it was a crazy year. For as good a year as it was, profits wise, it was a crazy year for people just kind of taking advantage of other people. And I hate people to take advantage of other people. That is one of my number one pet peeves. So for me, I was constantly reading, I was constantly researching, I was constantly watching YouTube. You know, I was constantly trying to figure out if I was doing things right or wrong. Some things I was doing really right, some things I was doing not so right. That's why I got 7.5 Bitcoin in Bitcoin hell, right? Because nobody knew any better. There was no education. There was no one out there to tell us different. We can't say that now. Good change came along, Cryptogenics came along, and they changed that for everybody because now there's an education system and you take the classes and there's really no excuse. So, you know, the fundamentals are in those first 45 lessons, and then there'll be some change to that as well because we're already creating the next content and the next and the next and the next, you know, and getting ready to cultivate that out. And that's awesome. It's wonderful. Another change that's come to Cryptogenics is green mining rigs. Everybody wants to know about green mining rigs, right? I'm embracing change. Brandon inspired me to create my first video. I've been working on that for the past 24 hours. I'm telling you all as sort of an accountability partner. So that's a huge change. Congratulations. That is awesome. I know Bethany is also getting ready to release a YouTube that she's working with her daughter on. And, you know, I just feel like we're helping each other grow. We're helping each other change. And that is a beautiful thing. I mean, it's really, really beautiful. When you can sit back and look at people and see the difference in them from week to week, month to month, year to year, it's beautiful. I just absolutely love that. So, you know, the green mining rigs that we're so excited about, those are phenomenal. And everybody wants more information on those. I just want to let everybody that's on here know, kind of a heads up, we're actually going to be on a call for that very thing today, and we will all have more information later on this evening. So all those folks that are looking for something, you know, we're getting that information. I know that Rich contacted me earlier. Rich, if you'll do me a favor and text me your questions, I'll make sure that if they are not discussed while we're on that call, that I actually ask and try to get some answers to your specific questions, just in case they're, you know, they're not as general as maybe this call is going to be. I'm not sure. I don't know what to expect. Again, it's change, you know, and every time you say the word change, do you get a little lump in your throat? Like, you know, I don't know. I need something to drink. I need some more of this strawberry limeade. Gotta love it. So, some of the cryptogenics updates I've kind of given in my live story today. You know, we've got the Tampa event coming up on Friday, and the special leadership training that will happen on Saturday at the Marriott in St. Petersburg. That's going to be fantastic. Some of the people in attendance there will be two of our core five, Mike Boggs and Stephen McCullough. I also believe that Mr. Rick Ricketts will be in the house. He will probably do some offline training, which is really cool because not a lot of people are embracing the offline training anymore. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of money to be made in the offline training, y'all. You need to really think about that and incorporate it into your, you know, into your everyday. There used to be an old saying back in, I don't know, you got to remember, I've been doing this over 25 years, closer to 28 years off and on. So I remember a lot of things. And one of the things I remember is they used to tell us we are always prospecting. You never leave your house that you're not prospecting. So always look at somebody as a potential teammate, as a potential business builder, as a potential CEO of their very own business, because you could be cutting somebody short. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. Don't go by how they're dressed or what they're driving or what they order for lunch. You can't do that. So, you know, Mr. Rick Ricketts is one of the best in the industry at that. He is a belly-to-belly handshaker. He likes the offline tools. He loves to be able to help people. And if you ask him questions, he will share everything he knows with you. He is an open book. He doesn't hold anything back. Love Rick for that. It's kind of interesting. I've known Rick for a lot of years. He has never changed. He's been the same person, whether he was at the top of the industry or somewhere in the middle of the industry or even down at the bottom of the industry. Because, you know, as we all know, companies come and go. And sometimes our success is dependent on a company's success. So we might not necessarily do as well as we might have thought we would have done in a company just because the company didn't do well or you know, didn't stay in business long enough for us to run the race, so to speak. And so that's the other thing I want to talk to everybody about. This is really important. No matter whether you're in cryptogenics or I don't even know some of the other companies out there right now that are hot. I kind of got blinders on, and I apologize. I've got my head down. I'm doing what it takes to build my cryptogenics business and learn all about cryptocurrency. So if it's not in the crypto field, I probably don't know too much about it at the moment. I'm working on it though. But you know, whatever business you're in, don't run the 50-yard dash. Okay, don't run the metered race. Run the marathon. Okay. Set it in your mind that you're going to be successful and take it in bite-sized chunks. Don't try to go from zero to success in one day. It's not going to happen. You're going to frustrate the hell out of yourself, pardon my language, and you're really going to cause more damage than good because at the end of the day, you can't get there that way. You've got to follow the steps. You can't climb a ladder going from the first rung to the last rung and be on the roof with one step. It just doesn't happen. So, you know, at the end of the day, what you need to do is just relax a little bit, make a commitment to yourself, to your company, to your team, you know, that you're going to run the marathon, that you're going to do what it takes, and you'll make daily adjustments to get closer and closer and closer to your goals. You know, that's what it's really about is, and please, I can't stress this enough. Please support each other. Please support your team. You know, share what you know. There is more than enough for all of us, okay? We don't have to be stingy. We don't have to hold back information or hold back things from our team or from our business partners. We can share. We can share and let them know everything that we know because there is more than enough pie for everybody. More than enough, I promise. Now, another thing that I want to kind of throw out there as an update on cryptogenics, we have begun talking about the green mining during our presentations. Now, each one of us has done that a little bit different. I did a presentation last night where I basically gave some details. Okay, no, that was yesterday. Sorry, yesterday at 3 o'clock. I apologize. I got my times and my dates mixed up. Yesterday at 3 o'clock, I just kind of threw out the details about the green mining and let everybody know that we had it and it was up and running and that they could get involved. But know this, a lot of people are missing this fact. You have to be in cryptogenics to buy a green mining rig. Okay, you got to get the information. You got to get the education. It's a top priority. You can't do it without the information. That's what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so make sure you're part of cryptogenics. Make sure that you let whoever you're involved with, whoever your business partners are in cryptogenics, that you're interested in green mining, get the information as soon as you can, and then figure out which rig you want. We got Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, and Green X. I believe that I have it on good authority. I don't know if I'm really at liberty to say, but we're going to say it. And if I'm out of line, then I'll ask for forgiveness. But all of the mining rigs that we have sold so far in cryptogenics have all been the Green X. Now, I don't say that to sway your decision one way or the other. I'm just giving you information, okay? So the Green X is the miner that we've sold. No one is elected to use any of the Bitcoin miners, although they are certainly available and certainly a good choice. And I'm not really sure what people are basing their decisions on, but I can tell you that all the rigs have been Green X. So if I wasn't supposed to say that, I'll ask for forgiveness. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, this is about you guys. I love you guys. Joe's out today. He loves you guys. It's a matter of, oh, hey, Albert, let me see if I can pop you on right quick. Albert joined us again, y'all. I don't know if he's been sitting there the whole time or he just now told me he was there or what, but hey, Albert.
Howdy.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing most excellent, sir, and real excited today.
All right. Yeah, it's an exciting day, right?
It's always exciting when you got me involved, right?
Hey, we're going to face some more change. We're going to face some more change.
Yeah, my plants are changing.
Hey, that's
right?
a good thing.
I got some pumpkins growing. The seeds died. They had to die to grow, right? They had to die to grow, right? They had to. And I am down to 189 pounds today, so I'm excited. And I ran 3 miles today. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm feeling good.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's always good to get on with you. I can't wait till Monday because we're going to have a lot of fun there. And,
yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun.
And hopefully Joe can make it.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll
I've been talking today about change, and I tried to bring you on earlier. I don't know if you jumped off or you got lost or whatever.
I had to. Yeah.
If you wouldn't mind, would you talk to the people just a little bit about change and how you learn to adapt and or accept change in your business and in your personal life?
Yeah. I am the biggest anti-change person around in the sense of I don't like change. I like things that stay the same because it's comfortable. However, there are certain things in life that need to change, and so I say I'm against change, but what I'm really saying is that change makes me uncomfortable, and that does just because it makes me uncomfortable doesn't mean that I don't. It's just if something's working, I don't like it to change, and sometimes a company will change something that doesn't need to be changed, but then again, sometimes that's because of my perspective. And maybe I don't have all the details, all the background behind the change. And so the biggest thing that I tell people is if you don't like what's happening, get your own business together and I'll join it, We'll have the perfect business. And we'll show everybody up, right? So,
absolutely.
Change though, just like me, I had to change. I was 240 pounds a few months ago, and now I'm down to 218, and I made a change. I stopped eating any sugars, wheat, dairy, and did a meal replacement program, a shake in the morning, shake at night, and a sensible meal in the middle. I did a fast day once a week where I didn't eat any foods, but I had liquids that were supposed to give me all the sustenance I needed. And now today I'm down to 190, 189.8. So
Nice.
it's exciting,
Nice.
but that had to be changed. And
Yes, sir.
and I'm exercising, walking with my wife more, and that's fun. You know, always being with her is always awesome. So anyways, I don't know if somebody's saying that my screen's frozen. Is it still frozen?
No, it's
So
not.
anyways, you're seeing me okay? All right.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, just we'll change. We all change. Every year we're changing, you know. We got to change how much we work, because if we're getting older, sometimes we can't do the stuff we used to do. So if we don't change, sometimes we will get in trouble or get hurt or you know.
Yep.
I mean, over time. It doesn't mean you're going to change like tomorrow, but sometimes it can be a
Correct.
gradual change. Sometimes you don't even notice that change is happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's why before and after
Oh, I
is
agree.
so awesome.
You know, here's an example of change that, you know, you don't even
Mhm.
realize is happening. But I recently came to the conclusion that I put on quite a bit of weight and I didn't know I was putting it on.
Gradual change, huh?
It was gradual.
Mhm.
Yes, it was gradual. Took a couple
Yeah.
years, but you know, I'm
Yeah.
probably 25, 30 pounds heavier than I need to be. But, you know, at the end of the day,
Mhm.
I'll get into that and fix that as well. But, you know, I think, Albert, I really believe that change helps us become the best us we can be, you know?
As long as we embrace it, absolutely, I agree.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
if you fight
Yep.
it, you know, if you need water and then we're throwing water at you and you put up an umbrella and block it, you need the water, you're gonna wilt, you're gonna shrivel, you know. And there's my brother. My brother's watching. Awesome. Hey, Michael. Hey, he's out in
Cool.
I think it's Kentucky or Louisiana. And then Trevor Frew is watching. He was one of the guys that I used to work with in the industry, mortgage industry. I haven't seen them in a long time. But yeah,
Awesome.
Michael, I'm catching up to you. I know you're 6'2" and everything, and I'm taller. I'm 5'9", but basically I'm 189 pounds today, Michael. Anyways, shameless plug for Monday, Unstoppable. We're going to be playing Mission Unstoppable. I mean, Impossible. I mean, no, Unstoppable. There we go.
Unstoppable.
I posted that in the
I just
Cryptogenics room.
realized?
So,
What
what's that?
I just realized, Albert? We're covering coast to coast at the moment.
Absolutely, we are.
We are covering coast to coast at the moment. You're on the west, I'm on the east, and we got everybody in between and around the world.
Yeah, and I'm an Aquarius. I'm not a Taurus, Rupish. But I guess Taurus people hate change. I'm not really into the whatever that's called. What are those things?
Astrology.
Aquarius, Taurus, hobos, and I don't know. The Scorpios and stuff. Scorpions.
Hobos and Scorpios.
I don't know.
I'm an Aries. And,
but
you know,
yeah,
they say Aries
but yeah,
yeah.
I think what happens is that we have to yeah, but I think that we have to define that though, because I think that change is relative. You know, for some people it could be called change, because I think whenever change makes you uncomfortable, that's when you don't like it.
Yes.
You know, I know. I remember when I was driving for my company, all of a sudden they started making us turn in our equipment every night, when it was easier for me to just drive home, maintain my stuff in my driveway, but there were people that were neglecting and abusing the equipment. So they made a blanket rule, and I just had a hissy fit, man. I said, I'm going to quit, and you guys need me. I was really mad. and they ended up acquiescing to my tantrum. They did acquiesce to my tantrum, and I got to keep my stuff, but it was just, I realized, looking back, man, I did not want to change.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So,
you know,
anyway.
and change is hard. Change is hard for people in general. Humans don't like change in general. But I'm glad you got to jump on with me today. We're winding up. We've been on about 30 minutes, and we've got a call we have to be on in 30 more minutes. So, you know,
and
I want to tell everybody
I know one other. Sorry, one other change I was thinking of is that all my life I've been in the sun, and my doctor says I need to start getting these on, you know. I'm going to get some official clip-ons, but this is what he gave me at the hospital. It makes me look a little goofy, in my opinion, but it works while I'm driving. Sometimes I get
Works
out of the
while
car
you're
and people are like, "What the heck? He's got some big eyebrows." You know, I'm like, "Oh yeah, baby." Anyways, so yeah.
Albert, thank you for jumping on with me today too, by the way.
Absolutely, it's awesome. It's always fun. I always click on join, and sometimes you don't see it. That's why when you didn't see it, I thought, I got to get some other stuff done anyways. And then you pulled me up, and I'm not there.
That's okay. I love you, man. We love everybody. Thank you guys for coming. We'll see you guys tomorrow around 2 o'clock. And don't forget that next Monday, we're unstoppable. Thanks, everybody. See you soon.